Hello, this is Zeke777, and welcome to episode 5 of Arcane Revolution. I almost forgot the name of this. Yeah, we have a lot to do today, so let's go ahead and get started. Looking around our warehouse here, you can see we've got a little bit of progress made. As you can see here, we have a bunch of shelves. These are shelving units from Magneticraft. They're kind of interesting. I'm still kind of up in the air about them. So the way they work is you add chests to them. So let's add a chest here. And each of those adds a chest worth of storage to that shelf. So right now we're looking at the third shelf here, and we have two chests worth of storage. Now the thing I'm torn about is I can't middle click to sort this, which is a little annoying, but I can search, so I can hit B, which is kind of cool. And if you're looking at a different shelf, you can also hit B, and it will pull up wherever they are, because this is on the third shelf, even though I'm looking at the first shelf. Yeah, so it's kind of cool. They look nice. I really like how they look. I tested in creative. They do work with golems, they work with blood magic, they work with corporea quite nicely for all of those. So really it's just whether or not I'm going to be torn about it not being able to be sorted with middle click, which is actually really handy. So I'm not really sure, but for now we've got them. So I am a little torn because there are so many things I want to get done. Where do I start? So a couple options. One is the Department of Water and Power. I can go over here. I have a spot that I cleared out for it last episode. Kind of just at the end, I just cleared out a flat spot there. So Department of Water and Power, that will be for providing RF power to the entire city. The other plan, which I think I'm going to go with, is mana generation, because that is kind of the flip side of the industrial power. I need magical power. And I'm kind of thinking I'm going to put that here. Now, I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to start on the actual mana facility, but the actual mana generation, I think I'm going to go with thermal lilies, which means I'm going to probably want to go into blood magic as well, but I don't really have a good design for that building yet. I do, however, have a design that I have in mind for the mana building. So let's get started. Sorry, tree, you are in the way. We're going to chop this guy down once I can get up to him. So yeah, this guy, he's in the way. You can go away. Cool. I am going to be replanting most trees, maybe not acacia, but various other things. It's acacia because we're in a savanna biome, which is actually really good in multiple ways. One is it's here. It's nice and flat. It's there's only a few trees. I don't have to like clear a forest, but it's not currently raining, so we don't really notice it. But it doesn't rain in savanna biomes, so I don't even really need to turn off rain. It basically only rains along this path here, with that being a river biome, over there in the ocean biome, and I think I have a couple other spots that might be something besides savanna. Yeah, but anyway, it doesn't rain here, so that's awesome. But we're going to start by clearing out whole flat space here. Now, I'm going to leave the hill part of it. It's not a whole lot. In fact, I probably want it... not sure why I froze there. I probably don't want it this big, actually. Yeah. I have a sketch of this, but I don't have, I never bothered measuring it. So it's going to be kind of a freestyle, kind of, we'll see how it goes. But I do want to keep some terrain here, but I'm going to have it so that the, hello, stop freezing, please. I know I just turned you on. We'll be back, because it's freezing up. Yep, maybe, wouldn't let me stop. Okay, cool, we're back. Anyway, yeah, so I do want to keep some terrain there, so I'm going to have the building kind of just embedded in the ground, which I think kind of gives it a bit more, like, yes, this is a city, we're not going to completely just flatten everything, but we do want to actually take advantage of the little bit of terrain that we do have. So I'm going to clear out a big square here. I'm not sure how much bigger I want this. We'll see. Alrighty, we have a square. Let's drop you down. Okay. Center is right here. I do want it to be based off of an odd number center, so I think this should be hopefully enough size. Really, this is going to be just mana generation, which is going to be thermal lilies, and mana storage. Yeah. So now my block palette for most of the city is going to be including brick. I'm going to have brick in this build, but it's going to be probably, if you go by numbers, probably mostly not brick. Let's grab you, and you. I think you are filled with bricks, yes. So let's throw all of our dirt in here. We don't need that anymore. And let's grab some brick, and let's start laying out a wall. So the main wall is only going to be... Now, actually, here's a question. I think I want stairs going up into this. So if I want a 3 high wall, this actually needs to be 4 high. Because it's going to be 3 high inside. So that's going to be that, which I think will be fine. And then I'm going to have a bigger structure up above it as well, which is going to be where the mana storage is. So yeah, I think we're going to go. We're going to put a wall in here, and we're going to see how that looks. Alrighty, we have a basic wall here in place, which is 3 high. Now, I haven't done anything special, any like borders or anything. I usually touch that up at the end. But we have a square. Awesome, cool. Let's get a floor in here. What do I want to use for my floor, actually? That's the question. I do like limestone. But I'm using that type of limestone outside here. Let me grab, I think the Magneticraft limestone will work. Okay, so I'm going with the burnt limestone here from Magneticraft. I've got more of it cooking up. You just take the regular and then smelt it. Now the idea is I want a circle in the middle here. So I think I will go, I think 3 blocks is probably fine. In fact, I don't actually want this block here. I want this to go down a block. So let's just kind of lay this out. So it's with 3. If I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So let's see what this looks like. 1, 2, 3. And I think this is probably enough. Okay. So we're going to go like that. And if I do a kind of, I guess it's almost more of an octagon than a circle at this point. But I think on this scale it works. Yeah, I like that. So we're going to have, this is going to go down a little bit. I don't know what I want down there yet. Maybe I'll have the mana generation actually be below ground, and then that will be sending up mana to here, which will then go to storage up top. I think that might work. So we have a square with a hole in the middle. That's still just grass for now. It's going to be something else down there. I'm not really sure how I want to set that up yet. But we have our ground floor pretty much done, except for details, decorations, things around the edges, that sort of thing. But this is the main structure, so let's move to the next floor. Alrighty, we've got a little bit of a general structure here. We've got the second floor kind of built up. It's really just a big hexagon, or a big octagon with flat, and then I will have a dome up on top. And I'm just kind of playing around with the various textures for what I want for the front. I'm not sure if I like this. I do kind of like this. I'm not sure. We'll see. And last but not least, I think I want a dome on top, and I think I'm going to go with marble. I'm going to see what this looks like. Yeah, I think that's going to be a good color. I was looking at doing like a color contrast, like a blue or a green or something, but I couldn't find a texture that I really liked. And I think just a nice white marble roof would be good. Almost like a Capitol in Washington, D.C. I think that, yeah, we'll try that. I think we're at a spot where we can start on the actual functional part of this build. So let's grab what are these, thermal lilies? Grab those and some lava, and we can go over here. Now, you can see I've put in a couple of these Immersive Engineering wooden posts, so I'm going to be running power lines, but I'm also going to be, I think, putting a bunch of mana spreaders on top of these and use these for mana distribution as well. I've got a roof there, and I did redo some of the front here. I'm still not quite happy with it. I'm going to kind of tweak it as I go. And I did a whole lot of digging, and don't really have anything functional down here. It looks like it is, but it's not. Basically, just have a bunch of mana spreaders around the center area. That's going to go to the mana pools here. That's going to go to the middle mana spreader. It's going to go up to the actual storage up above and distribution. So, how's this going to work? Well, we've got cobblestone, which is going to be swapped out for dispensers, which I think I have here. Let's grab them. Let me just grab everything. We've got dispensers, more lava, and a bunch of thermal lilies. Okay. So, here's how it's going to work. This button, for now it's a button, it'll be a timer later on, probably a hovering hourglass set for 6 minutes. That's going to pulse. And as that pulses, so if I press this button here, you can see it does go all the way around. I've got that going into these cobblestones, which will be dispensers. But right now, I don't have the distribution for items, and I don't have the lava generation to begin with anyway. So that's going to be kind of, for now, a mostly manual build. But yeah, so the middle here, going to be generating lava underneath. This dispenser is going to keep collecting lava, which is going to then distribute to the outer dispensers. So let's break a couple of these so we can show how that works. So our redstone line goes around, and we're going to place a dispenser there and there. And so that's going to be where lava forms. So we're going to place a thermal lily there and there. And let me make sure that these are bound properly. So you should bind to that one, good, and you to that one. I put these in place first so that it would do that, so because it goes to the nearest spreader. So I didn't want to have to keep binding all of them. So this should be working. So it should work hopefully well. Metal barrel, we're going to take you, and these are kind of temporary for now until I can get actual generation going. And the other one is here. Okay, let's grab our bucket and double check that these are connected good. So that goes there, which should get this guy to fill, which should then start filling this one. So this one will have a spark. These ones down here won't have sparks. I could probably switch that. There's no real reason for that. I could have these have sparks recessive, which will then go to storage up top, and then I'll have dominant on the ones that'll be going to distribution. So that that's an idea as well. For now, I kind of want to see what this look like with just one shooting up through the front. So it does keep up, so that's good. Didn't get this one. You get some lava too. Yeah, so I'm going to go fill in the rest of the dispensers. So for our first test, I'm watching to make sure that when everything is on cooldown, that it's able to actually use enough mana. And that this guy here can spread the mana up there fast enough, which it looks like he can. So that's good. Well, it looks like I did speak too soon. These guys here are now off cooldown, but there is still mana over here in this pool. So I'm going to probably need a... Sorry about the noise in the background. I'm going to probably need a potency lens on this, but I think with the potency lens it should be fine. Maybe a velocity. Maybe both, I'm not sure. But yeah, this guy's not on cooldown anymore, which means that right now he cannot send the mana up there fast enough. But that is a good amount of mana for a single round of lava. We're definitely going to need to start on blood magic as soon as possible here, because like I said, this is going to be powered by a Serenade of the Nether, and I don't have anywhere near that. In fact, I haven't even started that. But in the meantime, we have this dispenser here. We can get him wired up. So we're going to use a hopper clock for this, which is just going to be 4 hoppers and a comparator and a single item. So comparator there, cool. And then place you, into you, into you, into you, and then break this one and have him go directly back into that one. So basically place an item in here and it's going to just rotate around. Do I have something? No, let's throw a pistachio in. So basically that's just going to pulse every couple seconds. And I'm just going to let that go continuously. Right now there's nothing in there, but eventually I'll have it sorted to have empty buckets go in there. And then the full lava buckets will go to these guys. So I think that's pretty much done except for the blood magic part of this, and of course decoration. One thing I wanted to do before I lost it all was, if you can see there, I'm level 35. So let's go ahead and get this done. Basically mined a whole bunch of quartz for this. Man steel pickaxe with fortune 5. So that should help out a little bit. I don't actually really have a whole lot of need for that at the moment. And at some point I'm going to rip it off and get some efficiency on here as well. But for now, this should help out a lot with fortune 5. But it looks like the next thing we're going to need is blood magic. And of course, to get started in blood magic here, you don't need a blood altar, you need a snare. So that's going to be some string, iron, and redstone. So let's make up a stack or so of those guys. Well, probably half stack's probably good enough. Let me go grab that stuff. It is definitely worth noting that fortune 5 on a pickaxe, even on things like this, fortune works on this. Normally I'd get like maybe 30 or so cotton. This got me a stack and a quarter, so that's pretty awesome. I think it should also work on industrial hemp. Can I break you? 5? Yeah, normally I'd get like 2. So awesome, fortune definitely paying off. And of course we need that cotton for our string. So let's take that, turn that into string, and make ourselves a bunch of snares. I think I got enough for 16, which should be enough. I only need a couple actually, because once I get started, then I can basically skip having to do that by getting myself a sentient sword, which will be kind of passing up our man steel sword, but that's okay. Let's see, rudimentary snare, we've got sword. Let's go find some stuff to kill. Hello, Mr. Zombie. Can you get... There we go, got the effect on him. So let's go ahead and kill him before he loses that little sparkly effect. Now, using this guy is looting 2, which got me, well, one will. So let's get a couple more of these guys. So next up, let's make ourselves a Hellfire Forge. Pretty simple, just iron, gold, stone. Got it. Cool. And got a handful of these demonic wills, so let's find a place to put this guy. Right here. Let's see, I need a sentient sword. Again, sorry, I have a small child playing with blocks in the background. Sentient sword, you are iron sword and petty tartaric gem. So let's make a couple of these guys. Gems. Well, we have our Hellfire Forge and we have a handful of will here. This guy has 3, so we're going to use him first. We're going to take 3 golden ingots, lapis, redstone, and glass, which will make ourselves a bunch of tartaric gems. So once those are made up, then I can start work on the next thing, which is a sentient sword. And these guys don't stack, do they? No. So we're going to just keep these, grab them. I want 2 tartaric gems, but I also need a 3rd to make my sword out of. And that is just going to be a sword, and I think I just need 0 in here, so that should be good. So gem and sword, make ourselves a sentient sword, and then I can start filling these up off camera, because that's going to be annoying. And I'm actually going to probably just keep upgrading these as well. So it's a petty tartaric gem, lesser gem is just more materials, but I just need to fill it up. So basically, I just need to keep filling these up for a little while. And of course, before I use up all my demonic will by just tossing it and getting it into the gem, I need to keep at least 1 for my blood altar. In fact, do I need another for this guy? No, okay. So I just need 1 for my blood altar. So I'm going to keep 1 and 2 gold, bunch of stone, and a furnace. Don't have that on me. Grab a bit of cobblestone. Do I have cobblestone? I have cobble down here. So let's grab a little bit of you. Make ourselves a furnace here. Furnace. Thank you. And I need, I think, 2 gold for this guy as well. So 2 gold. Now, I did change my mind. I think what I'm going to do for the actual location of the blood altar is going to be where I was thinking. So it's going to be that little bridge area that I set up. But I'm actually going to turn it around. I'm going to have the actual blood altar on this side, not where all the wood is set up. So I'm going to have the actual altar itself pretty much where my nether portal is at the moment. So I'm going to probably flatten that and basically build that over here. The reason for that is I'm going to probably have more people over here, so I don't want them to get affected by the ritual underneath. We have a small little setup here with blood magic altar here, just kind of doing this manually at this point. Incense altar is getting us a little bit of a boost. The sacrificial dagger, if it's near incense, it will go through your entire health at once, which also then gives you a boost, so it's like 30% or something. In fact, you can figure out what the percentage, but basically add things around it to improve the stability, or not stability, but it's like calmingness or something. I don't remember the word it uses, but yeah, you add extra elements of things, like this has water, has earth, has fire with the lava here. Basically just add more things and it improves it. Let's keep eating. Basically, it's extremely tedious. Everyone knows blood magic beginning is tedious. Combined with spice of life makes it extra because you have to have all these different things so that you can keep getting your nutrition. Killed a squid. But yeah, so just working through here, and just like I said, I'm just gonna be brute force getting lots of slates built up here until I can get at least a tier 2, or actually it's tier 2 right now. It's 1, 2 is with this, 3 is with the next layer. So I think at 3 I can start getting some rituals, and I can definitely start building up the improved runes here. What I'm looking for, the rune of self-sacrifice. So get some of those going. Hold on, what's that? Gem of self-sacrifice from Blood Arsenal. Reinforced. But it's going to use a slate each time and a diamond. I think I'm just going to go with the regular recipe. Because that's easy enough and doesn't use diamonds each time. Because that keeps using diamonds, so that will get expensive real quick. Yeah, but I'm just going to keep improving this a little bit. This is a kind of temporary. It's about the right location, but the portal here, it's going to go. This hill is actually going to go as well. And for now, it's just kind of in the general area. I was going to do it over here, or over there, but I'm doing it on this side now. Basically because I have a little bit more room with the terrain underneath here, so I can have some spawning areas underneath there. But yeah, it's going to be doing the tedious part right here. So lots of off-camera work of cutting, getting lots of blood, and building up some slates. So the main thing I'm working for right now is the master routing node. Now I haven't decided if I'm going to use blood magic nodes as my main transport system again this season. I haven't decided, but I do know that it's really handy. So whether it's their main one or not, I definitely want it right now because it's really good for setting up automation, especially around the blood magic altar to begin with. Now, looking at this recipe, it needs a minimum of 400 will in a crystal, or a gem, sorry, which, looking at the things here, that means I'm going to need at least a common, because a lesser gem can only hold 256, common can do a lot more, and also I need, looking at this, an imbued slate, which is a tier 4, or tier 3 altar, sorry, and what does a common gem need? This needs imbued, which also is tier 3, and yeah, so I need tier 3, and I think I have enough here. So blank slate, I've got 40 of these guys. So if I hit you on you, that gets me blank runes, which it won't let me shift click for some reason. Oh, that's why. So shift click you, I want, really? That's how you're gonna do it? Fine. We're gonna go here, I need 20 of these, because I think it's 5 per side. So that's most of them, and there we go. So that gets us 20 blank runes. But I also got 4 reinforced slate, so let's hit you on that, and we want, what is it, the rune of self-sacrifice. So we're going to get 4 of these guys as well. 1, 2, 3, and my slates here. More stone. Okay, so that got me 1, 4. Okay, so that should get us a little bit, it'll definitely help at least. I'm going to probably swap these out for more runes of self-sacrifice as I go. Actually, I'm going to switch over to sacrifice hopefully soon. But for now, at least that gets me up to a tier 3 altar, which I forgot my glowstone, so I'm going to have to get that. Doesn't really matter though, I guess. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be moving this at least up, at least. Probably that direction too. But anyway, we have Rune of Self-Sacrifice. Let's swap these guys in. Here, here, and here, and over here. Now, one thing that I've heard and haven't actually checked the code to verify or not yet is that at a tier 2 altar like this, these runes here, they have to exist, but I think they can't, it doesn't like take effect if they're anything else, until it's a tier 3 altar, then they can be in effect. So, yeah, whatever. Made 4. I'm definitely gonna have to figure out what I want for the space here. Now, I won't be building the actual building in this episode, but I did want to go over what I've done with my blood altar. Now, I took down the little temporary structure over there. I think it's going to be kind of like a church type thing, so I'll have an aisle down the middle here. That block there is because I do want it to come up a little bit. I'm not sure if I want the floor to be this level here, or this level. I think this one, so the whole altar rises up a little bit, but I'm going to have to kind of play that by ear. I might end up raising this whole thing. Wait, I was going to raise the whole thing anyway. This is the cobblestone here is where the runes are going to be. So these guys need to bump up one further. I've moved this thing like 7 times now. Yeah, so I'm going to raise up one more in the middle here. That way the whole thing rises up and I can have a ground floor inside the church that's slightly higher than outside. So over here is going to be kind of a town plaza type thing. So this is going to be the ground level here. And I want to have at least a couple stairs going up into the church. And then I've removed my nether portal. I'm gonna, I think, still have it actually pretty much over here, but I'm gonna make it 3 wide instead of 2. That way I can at least center it on everything. And I think I'm gonna probably just put it kind of just like right back here. So it's right behind the altar. And then I'm gonna have the, it's not centered, is it? I was hoping it'd be centered on the water, but we'll deal with that. Oh, it's gonna be kind of like a stream coming out of the church. I think that'll look kind of cool. I might make it a little bit prettier, add some more water, that sort of thing. But yeah, this is coming along. The main thing is I just need to get a higher tier here before I can really get much more progress, because I need, well, ideally I'd like to get the Well of Suffering, but that's not going to be this episode. I just do want to get a little bit of LP generation, so I can get my mana generation going over there, because that over there is kind of the main focus. I need mana. But yeah, so I'm going to build a little bit more here. Got to raise the whole thing up, and I keep filling up my inventory with junk. So, yeah, I still don't really have a proper sorting system. Well, I've been building up a couple more runes here and lots of slates, but we're going to try something here. I need the next level of orb in order to actually make the ritual stones here. Namely, the Master Ritual Stone needs at least a magician, or is it magician? Yes, Magician Blood Orb. But that is the difficult one. That is kind of like the first big jump here. That needs 25,000 LP. And this guy here only holds 10,000. So, with the power of a rustic elixir of regeneration, lots of food. These ones are kind of cool. You can drink them even if you're not hungry. So hopefully that should help my regeneration. But let's see how it goes. It's going to take a little while, so I'm probably going to cut through most of it. That is draining really quickly. So let's wait until it goes a little bit lower. And that should be good. So let's run down here. Let's drink our regen. Go over here so I can recharge my dagger. Come back up here, and we should be doing decent. Let's drink some smoothie here. So that is regenerating up, and we got 2 seconds, 1 second. Sulfur should go away. At that point, we can hit this again. This might actually work. We're going to keep our regen going, and we're going to grab grapefruit smoothie. Again, keep that going up. We might be able to do this. I'm not entirely sure. Sulfur, go away. Don't have time. The problem is sulfur, I think it cuts it down to like 1/10 of what it should be, which means this is probably not going to work. Yeah, that's running out. Okay, so that didn't work, because that's going to be pretty much out. That drains really quickly. Okay, so sulfur, that is going to be the problem here. Wonder if milk will get rid of that. Okay, so here's a test. So I'm going to hit myself with Sacrificial Dagger here, which is going to give me sulfur. So if I drink milk, that gets rid of sulfur. That is very handy. I probably will lose my regen as well. In fact, let's go check that. Don't remember if it removes bad effects or all effects. If it's all effects, it won't be as useful, but still pretty useful. So let's drink that. So regen. 45 seconds or so. If we drink this, it does drop that as well. So that's, we're gonna have to play it pretty careful with that. But we should be able to use this to get the sulfate to go away. Okay, so I got myself a wooden barrel here, filled with milk. Got a milk thing on me. So let's see if this is gonna work. I got 6 elixirs of regen. I think I can get this in 3, maybe 4 times of sacrificing. So let's give it a shot. You go in, and now we wait. Oh, that worked. I was running back and forth here, and it worked. Used 3 of my regen potions. The cranberry smoothie apparently you can't eat when you're still when you're not hungry, but that actually worked. I basically drank milk after each one to kill off the sulfray. Speed. That came from the smoothie. Yeah, that worked. Awesome. Sweet. Next tool that we need, although it's not exactly a necessity, is the Ritual Diviner. So you need these 4 elemental inscription tools, which are pretty simple. Lapis not one, magma cream, obsidian, and a gas tier. We've got all those, so let's go ahead and grab each of them. Once we have that, then we can combine it to make a Ritual Diviner, which, like I said, isn't actually necessary. You could just draw manually with these, but it's a whole lot easier with this. So we're going to get that. Here we go, and last one, that's not what it needed. Come back. Magma cream gets us fire. And I don't have a stick on me, do I? It's a food chest. Do I have a stick in here? No. Well, let's go get a stick. Go with this. Okay, this should work. A couple olive wood gets us that, and we need Ritual Diviner. Come here. Cool. So, one step. Next up, we need to use a whole bunch of obsidian, and I think I need 8 I need at least 4 ritual stones for the master, and I think I need 4 ritual stones for the lava ritual. So that's going to be 8 of the what are these? Reinforced. 8 reinforced. So that should be pretty easy. Let me go grind those things up. Well, we don't quite have enough, what is this? What is it? Will. We don't have enough will to be able to make all of the routing nodes I need, because I need a lot of input and output routing nodes, and at least a master routing node. This guy alone takes 200 will, which would knock me down below my 400 to be able to make the rest of these, and these are like 25 each, I guess 30 if you count this. And yeah, it's going to take too long for that. But what I did want to do today, before finishing up here, is I want to at least make my ritual. So let's see, we need Master Ritual Stone, which needs regular ritual stones. So let's grab 2 of these. Should have gotten more with that click. Another set of these guys. Please. You. Whatever. Let's do it manually. Reinforced slates go here and here. Yes. And then we do pretty much the exact same thing, only with obsidian this time and ritual stones to get the Master Ritual Stone. That gets us 4 and 1, which should be enough. And I just realized I still need a ritual activator. How do I make that thing? Activation. A weak activation crystal needs a lava crystal. That's in 10,000. Okay, lava buckets. Let's go get those. Luckily, we have no shortage of lava down here. Let's just grab a couple buckets of this. There we go. 3 buckets should do us. And I think I've got the rest of the materials for this. That is lava crystal needs glass. So I need to go grab some glass, obsidian, diamond, and an orb. Cool. I will meet you topside. And let's see. Activation crystal, lava crystal. Just grabbed a couple pieces of, I just had some white stained glass left over. So lava crystal there. Grab the rest of my stuff. And throw you in the altar to get our activation crystal. First, let's go actually build this. So here in our mana facility, let's go downstairs here. These stairs are temporary. In fact, I'm probably not going to even have an access thing down here, but whatever, for now this works. So let's break here. We want our thing to be right here in the middle. So let's go ahead and take our Master Ritual Stone, right there. Serenade of the Nether is already set up. There we go. And let's just kind of build ourselves back up. The actual whatever goes here doesn't really matter. Can I get out? Can't get out. Okay. Break you. I do think I... Really? Just fell. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's break that, and that's all set up. So this guy here I turned him off for it now. Yeah, I'm going to need the actual nodes to be able to move things around, but it's just taking forever to get those built up. Let's go make ourselves an activation crystal. Well, I thought I was recording, but apparently not. Activation crystal. Got it. Cool. Right-click you. Feel pushed, but are too weak to perform this ritual. Okay, I thought that might be an issue. I don't actually have a sigil of sight, or whatever it's called, so I don't really know how much I had on me. Apparently not enough. But we have everything we need to actually get this going. So I think we're going to call this for an episode. I'll set up the nodes and stuff and probably do that in the next episode here. But yes, we have a mana generation facility. We've got the mana pool here for storage. And we're going to have to figure out how to actually automate this. I think we're going to maybe work on that next episode. So thank you for watching. Bye.